name's Rod and this is my 1977 Mazda 323. I've had the car for about 4 years now. I purchased it as a bit of an unfinished project and I've gone through and redid most of the things, so engine, suspension, drivetrain, running gear and the interior. When I first got the car it was just like a Bridgeport turbo and it went pretty good. From there I got it rebuilt by PPRE and previously it was turbocharged, running about 420 horsepower at the wheels, and it was, you know, nice and strong, but wanted a little bit of a change. Decided to go supercharged just to do things a little bit differently. Turbo was really good before in its previous state and it was really fast as well, but you know, I wanted to do things uniquely and have a different setup than anyone else had. We decided to go supercharged and I'm really happy that we did. Engine is a PPRE built Bridgeport, running 2mm steel seals and a dowel stud kit, and it's currently supercharged with a GM 471 blower on it. That's been prepped by Al at Al's Blower Drives. That has double pinned rotors, it's had the caps removed, precision bearings and a full gasket and seal kit. That's sitting on a custom made water to air intercooler intake manifold, which is really the key to everything working. A lot of development goes into that part of the engine to make sure it's strong and can cope with the stress, and that it cools the intake charge sufficiently so you make decent power. On top of that is a twin 70mm throttle body setup, and currently it's running 4 1650cc Bosch injectors on E85 gas with a Haltech Elite 2000 ECU. Power figures is just knocking on the door of about 370 horse at the wheels, which is pretty good for a supercharger setup like this. A lot of them don't put out that kind of power just because of the load they take off the engine, but it goes really good and it's a very fun car to drive. So it's quite a unique driving experience. Not a lot of people get the opportunity to drive a supercharged rotary, but it doesn't have any lag, so the moment you put your foot down it's instantly got about 8 pounds of boost, and then shortly after that it gets to about 16 pounds. It's very linear, so you don't get that sudden surge or onset of power that you do from the turbo. Yeah, it's a really fun setup to drive. Drivetrain, it's running an FD gearbox with a M&M billet bow housing adapter, tilt-in clutch and flywheel combo, custom-made drive shaft to a Mazda B1600 diff, and Primera rear hubs and discs. Front end is a Mazda RX-7 Series 1 adjustable coilover setup with slotted and drilled rotors on the front. In terms of costs, you're probably looking at a similar amount to a turbo setup. By the time you get a custom-made exhaust manifold and a half-decent turbo, that kind of thing, it's more about the engineering challenges involved with getting the setup to work correctly. So if you are going to go down this route, I would recommend using a reputable company, if you're not able to do it yourself, that can back it up with the engineering specialization needed to do this. Future plans for the car is just to really enjoy it now. I've got the cert and the warrant, so I can drive it on the streets, and it's nice and reliable, so driving it around, enjoying it. My son loves going in the car with me, and we're sponsoring a lot of events coming up, Foreign Rotor Nats, Mad Mike Summer Bash, those kind of things, so you'll see the car at these events coming up, which we're looking forward to, and you know, definitely if you see me out with the car, come and say hi.